by Lucas Oil. So Brooke Nelson and Zach Buchwald starting on the front row for heat race number 1. Kyle McKenzie set to bring them to green this time off of corner number 4. Green flag waving on heat race number 1. Brooke Nelson getting the early jump in the 22B, now sliding way up the racetrack and up over the berm, and that's going to allow Buchwald to get by, and they're 3 and 4 wide halfway back through the pack, Greg.
Yeah, the field got stacked up behind Plazic there, and 3 or 4 of them dropped to the back of the field as Buchwald is your leader on lap number 1. Brooke Nelson in the second spot, and here comes Longboat working to the outside of the 37 of Moss.
These drivers had some time to work in the racetrack, but still a little bit thick and greasy out there. And now we got one around on the back straightaway. Everybody darting around to avoid the number 37 of Jake Moss. He'll get it pointed back in the right direction. Will stay green, and it's Buchwald continuing to lead here on lap number 3.
Aiden Nye right there in the second spot. Tristan De Silva doing a nice job. Worked his way now up to the third spot. Brooke Nelson battling to the inside for that third position, and Brooke gets sideways in corner 3, gathers it back up the cross flags.
She'll fall from the third spot back to 5th as Buchwald continues to pace the field. Aiden Nye still out in front in the number 70, or in second, pardon me, in the 78, but has some company racing through corner number 3, and now 2 laps to go for Buchwald's number 86.
Paul Longboat has cleared Aiden Nye into that second spot and will try and close the gap with 2 laps to go. I'm going to tell you what, keep an eye on Longboat. He can get it done here against Buchwald, the wily veteran in the 188.
White flag is out now for Buchwald's number 86. Longboat trying to track him down, but has about a straightaway deficit to try and overcome. Might not be enough time to get it done, but he's got a good head of steam coming out of turn number 2.
Tell you what, he closed the gap quite impressively there. He ran out of time, and Zach Buchwald will pick up the win over Paul Longboat in the 188. Coming home third, looks like it's going to be Aiden Nye in the 78. Tristan De Silva will come home in 4th, and then it's the 21J of Jared Bodner coming home in 5th. Brooke Nelson, Adam Plazic, Jake Moss, and then the 37X of Eric Moss, Tim Jamieson in the 177 complete the running order in that first qualifying heat for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers. That one brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Second qualifying heat brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply.
Off like this, starting on the pole in car number 14. Out of Ohsweken, that is Jerry Burnham. To his outside, the number 60 of Anya Robinson. She's at a Rockton. Going off third, the 517 of Cody Somerville. He's from Hagersville. The 32 of Jillian Hills goes off 4th. The number 3 of Alex Moss rolls from the 5th starting position, and starting 6th, the 49L of Lucas Smith. 7th, the 155 of Dustin Longboat, and going off 8th, the 23 of Dusty DeBoer. The 92 of Jeremy Cooper and the 49S of Kyle Dinsmore make up row number 5 as the green flag waves on heat race number 2, presented by Caledonia Auto Supply.
Burnham leads them with Somerville right there in second, and Lucas Smith down there on the inside of Somerville. Little bit of contact off the 4th corner.
Yeah, they end up side by side at the start-finish line. Lucas Smith from 6th to 3rd on the opening lap, and now trying to challenge Cody Somerville to the inside for the second position here on lap number 2. Nodes is ahead going into corner number 3. Smith will have the runner-up spot, but it's Jerry Burnham who leads the second lap, paces the field back into corners 1 and 2. Smith, Somerville, the top 3 here as we race our way around corners 3 and 4, where they'll come to the halfway signal this time from starter Kyle McKenzie.
Across the stripe, Burnham, who's become one of the veterans of the division, leads the way over Smith. And it's Somerville in 3rd, who recently picked up his first feature win. The 6E of Anya Robinson also doing very well here in that 6E machine.
Rounding out the top 5 at the moment, the number 3 of Alex Moss as the field gets the 2 to go signal. They've got a lap and a half as Burnham reaches the middle point of the back straightaway. Lucas Smith within 2 car lengths now as they come to the white flag this time. Top 3 nose to tail with 1 lap to go in the final heat race of the night for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers.
Final trip down the backstretch for Jerry Burnham. Smith right there in tow. Top 3 all right there under a blanket, but it's going to be Jerry Burnham picking up the win in Caledonia Auto Supply heat race number 2 in car number 14. Smith comes home 2nd over Somerville in 3rd. Then it's Enya Robinson, the 155 of Dustin Longboat, the 92 of Cooper, the 32 of Hills, the 49S of Kyle Dinsmore, and the 23 of Dusty DeBoer, who we get to see back in the Bombers now after that wild wreck in the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Good to see Dusty back at least running again after that wild crash that he had a couple of weeks.
A main starting on the pole in car number 21J is Jared Bodner. To his outside, the number 86 of Zach Buchwald. Rolling off in the third spot in the 78, it is Aiden Nye, and starting fourth, the 188 of Paul Longboat. In row number 3, the 14 of Jerry Burnham and the 01 of Tristan De Silva. And in the 7th starting spot, the 517 of Cody Somerville and the number 6E of Enya Robinson. Starting in row number 5, the 155 of Dustin Longboat, the 49L of Lucas Smith. Then in row number 6, the 11th starting spot, the 37 of Jake Moss and the 92 of Jeremy Cooper. Starting from the 13th spot, the 22A of Ashley Nelson, and the 14th position goes the 01P of Adam Plazik. The 177 of Tim Jamieson rolls off 15th with the 37X of Eric Moss in 16th. Number 3 of Alex Moss starts from the 17th spot with the 32 of Jillian Hills in 18th. Then the 49S of Kyle Dinsmore, the 23 of Dusty DeBoer, and then the 22B of Brooke Nelson, who was scheduled to go on the pole, elects to go to the rear with the 01P of Plazik. So green flag, double green flags from Kyle McKenzie, and we are underway as they're 3 wide off the initial start.
Bodner leads them down into corner number 1. Buchwald on the outside gets tapped by Aiden Nye. Jerry Burnham will escape that as they were 4-5 wide down the backstretch. Wow. Tight racing down there. They're into the infield now up in corner number 3.
A furious action throughout the field, and that causing the 6E of Enya Robinson to go off the racetrack, loses a top 10 spot. But out in front right now, the 21J of Jared Bodner. We have a car slowing here on the front straightaway.
Jake Moss, I believe.
Jake Moss in the 37 will bring out the yellow flag just as Jerry Burnham was getting set to challenge Jared Bodner for the race lead.
Rough night for Adam Plazik. He'll take the 01P to the pit area. And now for Jake Moss, who comes to a rest down just outside of Lucas Oil Victory Lane. 32 here tonight in this feature event. Paul Longboat in the 188. Who right now is sitting in 6th, 3rd place in points. Dustin Longboat in the 155 in 4th, and the leader, Jerry Burnham, came in 5th in points. He's 2nd place on the track right now, the 14 of Jerry Burnham. He's 87 markers back. Still plenty of racing left to go this season, plenty of points to be gained. Let's see who gets the most here tonight as the point leader looks to the inside of Jerry Burnham down into corner number 1 and 2. He'll try to get by the 14 and set his sights on the leader.
Now Smith takes it to the inside of Bodner's 21J. Got a little bit loose as he got into the infield, but he will take the lead here on lap number 2. And Jerry Burnham sliding underneath the 21J. Bodner back to 3rd.
So Smith, the point leader, is your leader now. Jerry Burnham 2nd. And here comes Dustin Longboat. He much needs a good run here tonight in the 155. He's had all sorts of problems here trying to defend his championship. He's up to 3rd, but here comes Paul Longboat to the inside of him.
Now Longboat on the 188 machine takes it to the inside. He glues himself to the back bumper of the Burnham number 14 as he gets by Dustin Longboat's 155, and the top 5 finding themselves single file, but there's going to be some traffic for Lucas Smith to contend with here in just a couple laps.
Yeah, your leader already catching the back of the field. The 49S will be the first one. Kyle Dinsmore will be right in front of the leader as now Eric Moss has problems in the 37X down the backstretch.
So Smith works his way into the traffic, trying to find his way to keep on the bottom lane. He gets by his teammate, Kyle Dinsmore, in corner number 1, but slides it up to the outside lane. He has a little bit of a cushion, though, over the 188 machine of Longboat, and the halfway sign given to the field this time. Smith out in front by a couple of car lengths.
So Smith looking to pad his point lead is now Zach Buchwald. Started on the outside of the front row. He will head to the pit area. Smith will work by Moss and will lead lap number 9. 3 laps to go for the point leader. Paul Longboat up there in the 2nd spot. And the battle for 3rd right now is Dustin Longboat, the 155, and the 14 of Jerry Burnham, and the 517 of Cody Somerville is also there up in the mix. That's your top 5.
Lucas Smith has done a good job opening up a lead, but staying out of the lap traffic and picking them off when they've been all by themselves. And he's got 2 laps to go this time by and has a bit of distance back from that calamity of cars battling in the middle of the pack right now. May be able to get through this one, but hard on the move. The 188 of Paul Longboat.
Leader catching very heavy traffic, but the white flag is coming out. He's got that to his advantage. He's only got to make it around one more time. Lucas Smith looking to grab another win and pad his points lead as he heads down the backstretch for the final time. Paul Longboat, Dustin Longboat, second and third.
Off of corner number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waves for the point leader, Lucas Smith. He'll go to Lucas Oil victory lane. The 188 of Paul Longboat will be second, and Dustin Longboat coming home third in the 155. So pulling into Lucas Oil victory lane will be the number 49 of Lucas Smith. 188 of Paul Longboat, your second place finisher. And the 155 of Dustin Longboat coming home third. Greg Callan heading down to Lucas Oil victory lane to top with our top 3.
He's climbing out of the car. He's the current point leader, and he picks the win. Let's hear it for Lucas Smith. Lucas down here in Lucas Oil, victory lane. When you come in as the point leader and you get a win, and you're in the month of August, you got to be feeling pretty good about the championship now.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Right from the get-go, my car works really well in this tacky tracks like this, and when the tires are kind of all over the place. So I knew coming out here for the feature, having a good starting spot like this instead of like 20th, it was going to be a fun race. I just thought for sure I'd need a caution to get by Paul because of him starting up so far. But got lucky off the start and worked out.
Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank all my sponsors: CrossFit, Durst, Chiefs. Gales Auto Aftermarket, Kanesville Tire, Kyle Dinsmore Realty, and my mom and dad, wife and kids.
There you have it, Lucas Smith, your winner here in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division. Paul Longboat, much needed second place for you here tonight, and you share it with Dustin up here in Lucas Oil Victory Lane. A good night for you. Lucas was just that much better, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of got messed up off of the drop of the green, and a car kind of spun out in front of me, and everybody got around me, but I'm just glad to be up here on the podium. I got black flag last race, and I really needed these points to get back in the race with Lucas.
There you have it. Paul Longboat comes home in second. We'll catch up with Dustin Longboat, defending champion of the division, and good top 3 finish for you as well. Wild race out there. There's a lot of lap traffic, and the track looked really tacky here tonight.
Yeah, it was actually pretty slick. The top, middle, bottom, it was all different lanes, so you had to be careful which lane you chose.
Who would you like to thank for third?
I got to thank my brother Paul most of all. This is his car, and Gales Auto Aftermarket.
There you have it, your top 3 for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division as we get ready for the first of 2 B mains for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Clayton, it's going to be pretty wild. Who wants to win $1,000 tonight in the Mini Stocks? This is your last chance if you don't already have a ticket to the big dance.